Hi, my name's John from John's Glass Supplies. As a fellow glassmaker, I know how hard it can be to find the perfect stands that effortlessly showcase your glass at an affordable price. So I'm going to demo a couple of new products for you today to help you on your journey. We've got my slot sizer to help you find the perfect fit, and my colour samples to help you find a colour that complements the composition of your glass. So let's start with the slot sizer. Bullseye Glass have taught us that 2 layers of 3mm glass should equal 6mm after a full fuse firing. That makes sense. But let's take this extreme example. In this piece, we have 10 squares are getting smaller as they go up in a pyramid construction of 3mm glass, fired in a full fuse firing without a dam. Now, you would expect this piece to be 10 layers thick to be 30mm thick in the middle, and that is not the case. It's actually 14mm thick. Now, if I show you the edge profile, what you can see is a long curve reaching out to the edge. Now, that's where the glass has sort of flowed and moved out towards the edge to try and reach that 6mm thickness, but it won't get there in a normal full fuse firing. So it's actually just flowed out and kind of distorted the edge of the glass. So the glass that's in the middle is kind of now dispersed around the edge, kind of distorting these different squares. I love this piece. It's a great paperweight. But this does present a problem when you're trying to find the perfect stand for your glass, especially with this curved edge. There are many factors that will distort your glass. This one also has some interesting features about it as well. So let's just think about some of the factors. It will really depend on how many layers of glass you've used to construct your piece, how you've kind of put it together. Are there opportunities for the glass to flow when it's been fired? Have you got full complete layers? Have you added extra accessory glass to it, either on top, or have you got any bubbles in there? About the firing process, what temperature you reached, where it was positioned in the kiln, how long you held it at that temperature. The actual viscosity of the glass as well itself. So transparent glass and opal glass will have slightly different viscosities, which means they might move at slightly different paces when fired, and also the edge profile of the glass. So you've either got something that's undammed and you get this lovely curved edge, or you've used something where you may have dammed it, like this piece, where you've got a bit more of a flatter edge. I've also cold worked this piece. I haven't finished it. And so it's got a rough edge where I've just taken off all the sharp bits, but it is much flatter in profile than the other piece. So you can see just here, it's slightly blurry. One of the things I also want to highlight when I was talking about viscosity, that you'll notice that this corner looks slightly different to this corner. That's because the glass has flowed slightly differently. It's about the construction, about the viscosity. So I just want to kind of show you what the slot sizer is here for. So let's go to the slot sizer. Really simple. It's a cheap and easy way to quickly work out how thick your glass is. If you haven't got expensive tools such as vernier calipers, this will help do the job really easily. It is effectively a comb with graduated slots running all the way up from 3mm thick all the way up to 14mm thick. These are the key sizes that I can make my stands for you out of. We can go in between if it doesn't quite reach the right thickness, but it's really simple. All you do is you slide your glass into the various slots to find the perfect fit. Now, I'm going to give you a bit of a demo with this piece, and then I'll show you how it kind of relates to some of my stands. So let's take this piece. Right, if we start with one of the larger slots, what you're looking for is something where the glass doesn't rattle in the slot. You're looking for a slight push fit. Oh, it's getting a bit closer. Actually, that might be it. That's 8mm. Let's try it at the 7. Oh, that feels a bit harder. You can see there that one of the teeth from the right-hand side is starting to bow out a bit, and it's getting quite hard to push it in. So that is too tight. So let's go back to the 8. Okay, and I'm going to go And that holds it. So my design stands are designed to kind of be push fit and just hold on gently, or you can then just slot them in. So I recommend that this piece, you're probably looking at around 8mm for this corner. So my corner clips, I might just bring one in, just clip onto the corners of your glass. So we want to just check the thickness of the glass at about 1 centimetre in from the edge, where you've just stopped having that curve. If you want to, let's look at this corner over here. So I said they looked slightly different. So let's just try the 8mm, pop that in. Oh, actually 8mm. Actually, I'm getting a bit of a wobble in there. Going to the 7mm. Still not feeling perfectly secure. Let's go to 6. Oh, that feels good. Oh, just off the camera. That feels good. So I reckon this is a 6mm corner. Right, so we know there's a slight difference between my pieces and edges of my glass. 6mm at this end, 8mm at this end. Now, let's look at my colour samples and how they can help. Let's try and find good complementary colours. So I'm thinking for the French vanilla end, it's got some white elements to it, so white is probably going to be the best colour for that end. And for this end, I've got a mixture of blue in there, but maybe a green. How will that look? I'm not so much of a fan of the green in that corner, so maybe let's try and make something out of blue. So, as if by magic, Blue Peter, I have made a few colour samples already. So I have made a slimline corner clip with an 8mm gap to fit into these corners. So let's have a little look, see how they fit. And all you do with my stands is just push them on to the corners, nice and simply. There you go. So you can see they fit nice and snug, hold to the glass, and you can pop it up just like that. Oh, I love the light coming through that. It's a bit of a rainy day outside. Right, so they are perfect. What about the other corners? So I think maybe a white for this one, and I've gone for a 6mm fit. And I can just pop them on like that. Wow, they look equally as good if I wanted to have it in that orientation. But I like to mix things up. And so I designed a stand that is slightly different if you want to make your glass look a little bit different. And it's called the pyramid. And the pyramid holds your glass at a corner. So I have made this pyramid to the 8mm slot size, and pop that in there. And it holds your glass. So it kind of holds it at an angle and gives it a very different look. And I'll just put that on there, and that looks great. So that is my pyramid stand. Now, if you don't want colour and you want to try and have something that kind of melts away, you spent a lot of time on this glass. We have my translucent corner clips. So these ones are made to a 6mm thickness. So if you want to see, you can see through these. They're not completely 100% clear. I'm working on some new stands for that, but these are a great cheap way of finding something that you can kind of see through, and you can see the design through this. It's designed to be kind of melt away, so you don't see them as much. I've got light coming in through this window, so it might be a little bit off. And there you have my translucent corner clips, again holding your glass perfectly. So just to recap, we've got my new SOT sizer, a cheap alternative way of measuring the thickness of your glass. Remember, your glass may not necessarily be the thickness that you think it is. We have my colour samples as well, all available on my Etsy store, really cheap, ready to go. If you have any questions, message me on here or follow me to my Etsy page. Thank you very much.